explicit language in today's episode. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode number 137 of Tailgate Talks. As always, this episode is sponsored by Defrisher Recycling and Junk Removal. More on them later. As you guys can tell, just me and the guy tonight.
Yeah, and honestly, because here's the thing. This is the 2-year anniversary since we went on this week at least, since we went on Critical Ad for the first time, so I figured, Let's go old school.
Old school. So, relatively short episode on the docket today.
Kinda, yeah. Just kind of mention stuff. Obviously, the national championship will get the most attention.
Yeah.
That
and like NFL playoffs will probably get the most of the. Yeah.
And of course, we are also celebrating the early victory. You know, when the leaders by example crush the Bakery Boys tomorrow.
Got the sweet merch on me today.
And you want to know what's funny? The Psychedelic Dreams won't be in that match. Anyway, yeah. So also to start it off, actually, because like I said on my board, we're gonna have a little message each week. And Alex, I would like for you to read the message on my board this week. And I know it's backwards. But I told you so.
I reckon that says sports media sucks on it.
It does. And let me tell you why, because I don't think we mentioned this yet, but there was this one Jacksonville reporter that said nice things to Liam Cohen, being like, you did a great job, saying like whatever. And there was people in media that was just dragging this lady down. DK Pittsburgh Sports was doing it. Brooke Pryor was doing it. It's like, really? It doesn't hurt.
Say I don't like Brooke Pryor whatsoever.
No, I don't either. DK is fine. He's old school, so like his takes are gonna be weird a lot of the time. I have nothing against DK personally, but he was actually the one to debunk the Kenny Pickett nonsense with Mark Madden's fake story.
Shout out him for that.
Yeah, because he actually made a video and he titled it "Lay Off Kenny Pickett." But yeah, I think because I'm gonna make this short and sweet. The point of this message, and that is that it does not hurt to be kind. This isn't the 80s. This isn't the 90s. This isn't the early 2000s. You don't have to be mean. And here's the thing, though. The praise she said to Liam Cohen, he earned that.
All completely justified praise.
He turned the Jags around. He turned the Jags around. Of course, it could be a totally different story next year because it's football. But right now, he did, and he's earned keeping his job, of course.
100%.
But yeah, like, and here's the thing: the lady claps back at it. I'm like, you go, girl.
Swear, get him. Get him.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
It's just like, yeah, it doesn't hurt to be like, you don't have to be old school anymore. No. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
You know what though? We're gonna dedicate this episode to that lady from Jacksonville for that report. Mike's got his Coke Zero. Is that a Coke Zero can?
Yes, 0 caffeine.
Fire. We're gonna dedicate this episode to her with Mike's Coke and a gorgeous bottle of Dos Equis Mexican lager.
I was gonna say I knew that was Blair. I know I'm not concussed anymore, but yeah. So speaking of Steelers job, real quick, it was also reported about an hour ago that Brian Flores did sign an extension with the Vikings, so it's not going to be Brian Flores.
So that's one more name checked off the list. Stefanski's off the list. Flores is off the list. Mike McDaniel is now off the list as he has taken the offensive coordinator job in LA.
I am praying it's not Mike McCarthy, because that is the only way we bring back Arthur Smith.
Listen, I'll keep hammering the table on it, dude. I want Shula and I want his pass game coordinator. Shielhaas, however you pronounce it. I want those two. I want them. Give me those guys. And then defensive coordinator, you can find anyone. Like I said, I believe in my fixing the Steelers. I said Joe Witt Jr., the Eagles defensive backs coach. Honestly though, Shielhaas and Shula, that's the prize right there. Those two guys have already been working together, so that's the ultimate prize in my mind. And I just watched it again, feeling the juice from it. I just rewatched the Will Howard episode of John Gruden's Quarterback School. I'm telling you, dude, Gruden loves Will Howard.
So this is where my next question is, and like, what is like something you could do? Now, here's the thing. This will be one quick, brief explanation. Of course, the biggest question once you get a head coach is, what do you do at quarterback? Rodgers is done. Everybody get that through your head now. He's done.
Even if he's not, I don't want him again.
Maybe if Mike McCarthy comes back, he could come back, but he's done. What I would do, it's quite simple. You know you're not going to get Mendoza because he's going one. That was proven at the national championship game.
For sure.
I don't think Ty Simpson is worth the shot. So I would sign. I'm literally pulling what Roethlisberger said on his podcast: signing a veteran and rolling with Will Howard. Because here's the thing:
veteran mentor, correct? Yeah, right.
Yeah, you roll but you roll with Will Howard. You might as well see what you have for a year. And the positive side, he does well. You have your franchise quarterback. He doesn't do well. We get a top 10 pick next year, and we get our franchise quarterback.
And we also have just a bounty of other draft picks. So even if we get like, say we're sitting at like, I don't know, say Will Howard's pretty good, but like he doesn't do anything to prove he's the guy, and it's worth taking a shot on an Arch Manning or whoever's in the draft next year. Lenora Sellers. Even if you're sitting at like 15, which is pretty par for the course for Pittsburgh, you have a load of picks that you can use to move up to 6, something like that, wherever you think you can get your guy at. So
is there also 7?
No, there's not. Just 6.
But yeah, like I said, you might as well just see what you have at this point. I mean, he's been on the team for a year. Like, yeah,
his big thing is like he's known to be like a culture builder, and Pittsburgh's a big culture team. Like, you got a fiery culture builder guy that also happens to be 6'4", 235, dual threat, good arm, good accuracy, good mind. Like, there's no reason to not give him a shot.
Yeah. And of course in other stuff, obviously the AFC Championship, and Bo Nix is out for the year, which was total shock to everybody. But it's going to be the Broncos, Jarrett Stidham against Drake May and the Patriots, and then of course in the NFC, the Rams. If you're the Bears, by the way, no shame. Ben Johnson did a phenomenal job turning that team around. Shout out to
everyone at Soldier Field for giving the Bears a standing ovation, even walking off the field after the Rams win that game.
Because they didn't.
Shout out to Bears fans, man.
And honestly, people are mad that he said this, but Ben Johnson's kind of right. The Rams did survive. They did survive. Yeah. He's right. And then the Rams and the Seahawks. So these are my quick takes on these real quick. I'm not ready for a Patriots Super Bowl again, but I wouldn't be mad if they win. I think it would be hilarious and funny if Jarrett Stidham led the Broncos to a Super Bowl.
Especially after Nick Foles already pretty much said he's going to be the next Nick Foles in the playoffs. Like,
yeah. Rams, Stafford gets another ring. I like that. I don't mind that at all.
I like that, especially considering the possibility that he wins MVP this year.
Yeah.
So it will be like, not only does Stafford get ring 2, but he also finally gets like the big big time accolade. You know, when people think of Hall of Fame quarterbacks, they think of Super Bowls and they think of MVPs. So if Stafford manages to get ring 2 and MVP number 1 this year, I'm all for that. That is my hope for this year.
Yeah, and then the team I'm rooting for, that's the Seahawks.
Sammy Darnold and the Seahawks.
Let me tell you, Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl. I think he's already proven it, but like it even solidifies it. He wins a Super Bowl. That proves that you do not give up on a quarterback until they are out of the league.
He's still got number 3 pick in him. Like, it's obvious that he's got that juice. Like, he was 3rd overall pick in the draft for a reason.
Yeah, that is why when people like try to make fun of me and be like, "Oh, Kenny's gonna be out of the league," blah blah blah. Never say never, man. In the NFL, never say never. Like Kenny could revitalize his career next season. You never know. He go to a team. Look at Daniel Jones this year. Like it can happen to anybody. That's why never, unless you're Josh Rosen, like it can happen to anybody. So yeah, but yeah. So anyway, the national championship. Mendoza is incredible. First of all, did you see that he called Tim Tebow Mr. Tebow?
Yeah, and Tim was like, "Mr. Tebow's my dad, bro. I'm just Tim."
Man, I like this kid already. I like this kid already. I also like how I'm saying that like I'm like 43.
And for anyone that wasn't confident in Mendoza being the number 1 overall pick, I think all of the Raiders brass being at the game is probably a pretty good indicator that they want to take him with a number 1 overall pick. Tom was there. I believe their GM was there. Owner was there. Like,
yeah. Here's the thing about that though. They need to fix that offensive line because he's gonna be running for his life.
oh yeah, well that's the good thing is like if you're the Raiders, you think, all right, we're in rebuild mode. Do we trade number 1 away and give it another year, stockpile picks, and then draft a quarterback next year because we are almost certainly going to be equally horrendous next year? Or do we draft the quarterback now and do what we can with what else we've got?
I wouldn't pass on Mendoza because here's the thing. Even with the fact that the Raiders are bad and the offensive line is going to be bad again, most likely. Mendoza does make plays and he does not mess up.
Yeah.
So
because let's be real, like,
like
it's rare. Like, sure, like trading down to like 8 or whatever, like that sounds great, getting a bunch of picks, but like it doesn't always work out perfectly. Like Chicago is probably the one best example. They traded down from 1 with Carolina, got a boatload of picks, and then Carolina happened to be the worst team in football and gave them the number 1 pick next year. Like that's not going to happen every time. That almost never happens. So like when you're in position to pick 1-1 and there's a guy like Mendoza, I think you got to take him. I don't think there's any question about it.
I think it'll be, and obviously if the Raiders for some reason don't take him, the Jets are going to take him because they need a quarterback.
Yeah.
And then of course if the Raiders take him, then the Jets are probably going to wait a year to take another one. Because Simpson is not going to.
No, I can't think of another single guy that's going to go top 10.
If Dante Moore went to the draft, he would have got picked by the Jets, I think.
Yeah, you're probably thinking he's picked 2 or 3.
Yeah, for sure.
At worst.
And also, speaking of quarterbacks in this draft class, if you think Drew Aller's getting picked any higher than any lower than like 7, you're crazy.
Yeah, he will get drafted. He's not going to be a UDFA. He will be probably a day 3 guy.
He's going to be like seventh round pick. And if the Steelers
yeah, I could see him going as high as 5.
If the Steelers, 5's a stretch because you're coming off an injury and before that didn't play well. Now, if the Steelers take him, I mean, like I said, I'll be okay with it because it's like I do want to see him succeed now because I do feel bad for him what happened with Penn State. And honestly, it'll just prove that Penn State screwed him up, and obviously that proving Penn State screwed up is like our favorite pastime.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's not about, I don't know why I brought in Penn State, but yeah. another thing that caught my eye with this game. I don't care who you are. I don't care what happens. I don't care what game it is. You shake the other team's hand after the game.
Yeah.
And Carson Beck did not. And he said something along the lines of like, he wasn't basically like wasn't sorry about the pick. Like it was something with like the standards he has with the way he plays. And I'm like, oh buddy, you're gonna have a lot of time to think about that when you're the third string emergency quarterback every Sunday and drafted in like the 6th round. That ups literally. I did not have a problem with Carson Beck. Of course, we make our jokes the fact he looks like Sid Sloth, but that I'm just like, yeah, you're not gonna survive in the NFL. And
No.
I know I just said never say never with Sam Darnold and everything, but like again, you can still make predictions though. In the NFL, my prediction is he's not gonna survive. But
No, because teams value, obviously, because we've seen plenty of guys go for intangibles over their tangibles. Obviously, size, arm strength, accuracy matter, but we've seen, especially in modern NFL, how important the intangibles are. And those are, leadership, respect, communication, those type of things. And he does not demonstrate those qualities when I look at him. Even he apparently told Georgia that he was entering the draft and then did not respond to anyone on the coaching staff and transferred to Miami instead. Those are the kind of things that an NFL, again, when I'm not talking about what the media thinks about people, because we've all seen the way the media values people compared to the way the actual NFL executives value people. Any NFL executive is going to look at a guy that does something like that and think, he'll probably do that again with my team. Or he will do something like that with my team that will be a distraction or will hurt the team, or, he won't take accountability whenever we lose, and they will not put him on their board. Obviously, there is all kind of controversy about it still, and I don't understand why, but it was very clear that the NFL media and fans alike all valued Shedeur Sanders in a very particular way, and NFL executives did not. They are the ones that get paid millions of dollars to assess these guys, evaluate them, decide when to draft them, if to draft them, and they certainly don't always get it right. We've seen Brandon Beane go 2 for 56 on draft picks that became Pro Bowlers since Josh Allen got drafted. So obviously they're not all great at their job, but they are ultimately the ones that get paid money to do this. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say they probably know more things about these prospects than we do.
you think? Like,
I'm just going to put it out. It's just going to extend the olive branch,
And also, whoa, Alex, you can't say that about Shedeur Sanders because then now you're just a hater.
Oh yeah, I'm just like racist. According to sports Twitter, that just makes you flat out racist. I don't get it.
So back to the national championship. First of all, Miami did a good job staying in there for sure. And here's the thing though. If you really look at the interception Carson Beck threw,
Huh?
it wasn't a terrible decision.
It really wasn't that bad of a
wasn't.
decision at all.
No. But still though, that doesn't change the fact how he acted at the end of the game.
No.
But yeah, Fletcher Jr. stud.
What an idiot though. Oh my God.
I did see that at the end too. But yeah, Mendoza crazy, put his body on the line, gave the glory to God.
That play, if the Heisman wasn't determined before the playoffs, that is like purest definition of Heisman moment in my mind right there. That touchdown run, that is like the definition of a Heisman moment.
Yeah. Stat wise, unless there was like eye-popping stats, I don't really like looking at championship game stats because like everybody's mindset is win the game. Who cares about the stats? So
yeah, right. That's first priority is win the game.
Yeah, so like stats don't really matter in this juncture, but great game. Great game, for at least from a college football standpoint. Now time for everybody to reload. And also, Indiana's story has to be one of the best stories in college football history.
I mean, yeah, you can't say it's not. Like, it's unbelievable.
Mhm. And they win games, and then after they have a beer, according to Coach Signetti. Um,
I love that dude. I seriously love that dude.
hey, last year or almost 2 years ago, you didn't because you made fun of him for the Google it.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, I was trashing him all last year, and I have very much had to eat my words because he's a dude. He is a guy right there.
Wait, Alex, you're saying we eat our words sometimes on the show and we admit it?
Oh my
What?
God, shocker. Like, we actually are wrong about some things.
And we admit when we're wrong. But you want to know when we're right? Penn State and Mike Tomlin.
I
Um,
mean, yeah, we just haven't missed yet when it comes to that.
yeah. Also, too, listen, from a personal standpoint, the way like he treats players, I get it, being upset and everything and not wanting
Yeah,
him to go. And I'm sure he looks like he's looked at as like a father figure
sure.
to a lot of people.
Yeah, there's
Hey,
that.
but oh, by the way, I have Dynamite on right now. They're actually in Miami. I mean Orlando. Anyway, uh God, I'm gonna get sued. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I get it. Looked as a father figure by everybody. From a coaching standpoint, though, if you're crying that Tomlin's gone, cry me a river. Cry me a river. If you don't like it, request a trade and go. Leave. I don't care. I don't even care who you are. You can even be TJ Watt. I don't care. You don't like it? Bye. There's the door. Seriously, I don't care. I don't care. It's time to rebuild. You don't want to you want to be stick to being mediocre. There's the door. I want to be great again. So yeah. Um, trying to think if there's anything else from the national championship game. Um, yeah, no. Uh, I can't really think of anything else for that. But yeah, I mean, but wait. The Jeff Capel era at Pittsburgh needs to end right now.
Oh God, yeah. We're gonna get
You
into this.
lose to Louisville. I know Louisville could be a good basketball team and is a good basketball team. But you lose by 50 and they put 100 on you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's time. It's time. I do not care. Also, actually, I just remember too, this is kind of just like this show's like basically just all over the place today.
Oh, speaking of which, UNC's on top of Notre Dame 70-45 right now.
Um we from the Pitt football standpoint, I was thinking about this last night. When the time comes and Narduzzi is no longer the head coach of the University of Pittsburgh football Panthers, they need to bring Mike Shanahan home.
Oh my God.
I think he should be replace Pat Narduzzi as the head coach.
Shout out Mike Shanahan. I was just talking to my dad about his absolutely ridiculous football coaching tree the other day.
Yeah, of course. Also, former Panther. Why else would I be bringing it up? Um, but yeah, now it's time for teams to reload. It's the college football offseason. Pain. Um,
Pain.
yeah, I feel like this season proves that the national championship is there for the taking for anybody.
Pretty much.
Literally, literally anybody. Um, I now also on some way too early top 25 polls. Some people are already putting Penn State back in the top 25. Stop. Stop. The recruiting class is terrible. You don't know who their quarterback's going to be. It's a new head coach. Just stop. Stop it. At this rate, you might as well put Virginia Tech in the top 25 at that rate.
Yeah, right.
Like it's getting like seriously. Um, but yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
genuinely like sometimes you like after a championship you're like, oh man, who can win next year? Obviously, after the Panthers won the cup again, people were thinking, oh, maybe next year could be the Oilers' year or Panthers three-peat. The Chiefs with the three-peat last year, the Eagles again with this again this year. The national champ for college football, I don't know. I really don't know. I I think if you told me to say right here right now who who do you think would be the favorite for next year? I would think it would be Ohio State. Seriously,
Yeah, I mean,
the way they were
Sayin
going to
comes back,
reload.
Jeremiah Smith comes back,
Hmm.
Bo Jackson in his sophomore season.
Yeah,
Big thing is you're losing a handful of cornerstones on defense, but I mean,
you can reload. They can reload on defense.
they've already pulled in some portal guys and some high school commits that are really, really talented players too.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. But yeah, all right. This is the earliest we've gone to our second ad read, so go ahead.
This episode of Tailgate Talks is sponsored by DeFriscia Recycling and Junk Removal. DeFriscia is a family-run business out of Greenville, PA that provides services such as vehicle purchasing, scrap metal purchasing, appliance removal, junk removal, garbage services, dumpster rentals, curbside pickups, house garage and building cleanouts, and demolition around the Greenville and Pittsburgh areas. If you or anyone you know are in need of any of these services, check the links in the description down below. Go to DeFriscia's website or their Facebook page, get in contact with them today, and see if they provide their services in your area. Thank you to Frisha for sponsoring this episode of Tailgate Talks, as always.
Okay, time to complain about baseball. Yay! um,
Oh, you know what? Real quick before you do that, let me just sneak this in because I'm barely going to talk about it. The Colorado Avalanche are lighting the NHL on fire right now. They have the most wins in the league, and they are leading in points by 10 points to the second best in the league. Absolutely ridiculous. 34, 5, and 8 with 76 points, meaning that they are well on their way to a President's Trophy and being yet another addition to the President's Trophy curse.
oh
The
God.
Pens are all right, by the way. They're kind of mid, but they're actually in third place in the
They're
Metro
not,
right now.
yeah,
So
I was
they're
gonna say they're
actually
not
they're
bad.
they're actually in like a decent wild card spot right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. But all right, Kyle Tucker. I'm not gonna say the dollar amount. It's just I can't bring myself to do it. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But um, when Alex comes back, I'm gonna ask him the question of who did Kyle Tucker sign with? So Alex, now that you're back, who did Kyle Tucker sign with?
Oh God.
That's a tough one. This is a tough one.
Yeah, he signed with the Dodgers, didn't he?
Yes.
Shocker.
This is getting ridiculous. Seriously. How is this fair? You might as well make the Dodgers his own all-star team at the all-star break at this point. Seriously. No,
Just
it's not even funny at this point.
literally
It's not even
just
funny
title it
anymore.
Dodgers versus everyone else.
Literally. It is getting ridiculous. And here's the thing, I've been reading stuff. I would be I wouldn't be shocked if there's no baseball in 2027. I'm serious. I
What
think we're
strike?
leading I believe we're leading towards a lockout. Seriously. And it's time. It is time. You need a salary cap. This is getting ridiculous. You also need a salary. Well, first of all, you're not going to get a cap without a floor. I think we're going to get a floor first, because then it forces teams like the Pirates to spend at least X amount of dollars. Which, by the way, sign back Andrew McCutchen.
What do you think the salary? What do you think they would set the floor at? Like 100 mil?
Has to be. Has to be. Has to be.
I would
100%
think
has to
so.
be.
What's the Pirates payroll right now?
Oh God, I don't even want to. I don't even want to know the answer to that. I knew,
I'm
obviously
gonna
with the
Google
new
it.
additions, I think it's probably more, but yeah, it's just getting ridiculous at this point. And I saw Bellinger sign with the Yankees, but like at this point, it doesn't matter. Like, and the Mets traded for Luis Robert Jr. This is why nobody likes baseball anymore. Seriously, this is exactly what I actually used to like the Dodgers. I didn't mind them at all. I actually felt bad for them after when the Astros cheated years ago. So now I'm like, good, they cheated against the Dodgers. Because now it feels like the Dodgers are kind of cheating. I know they're not. Nobody in the TikTok yell at me. I know. I'm just saying. I don't know. This is like saying like Alex, I know you like the Chiefs. I know you are, but if each season they reloaded with star player, wouldn't you get tired of it?
Oh, it would get boring.
Exactly. It would get boring. And baseball is boring because of it. And it's already boring to begin with. But like the structure, the business side of things, it's just terrible. And this isn't even like I'm not even dogging on the Pirates payroll on this segment. It's just the salary structure in Major League Baseball is just ridiculous at this point.
By the way, their estimated payroll for 25 was around 84, 85 million. So,
Shocker, that's actually more than they had the last 2 years. That's not saying
yeah,
much.
it was, I believe, 27th in the league. I forget how many teams there are in baseball, but it was 27th in the league.
Listen, for small market teams, I'm not saying you need to sign guys to $150 million deals, but it would be nice to have a floor and a cap because then it makes it competitive. That's what makes sports competitive.
Yeah.
Like seriously, Alex, how many stars were on the Chiefs that you would say are stars?
Um, we talking like last year?
Sure, yeah, sure.
So I'll go Mahomes,
Yeah,
Kelsey.
yeah.
Um, I won't even go as far to say Rasheed Rice. I'll
No.
say Mahomes, Kelsey, maybe Trey Smith on the O line, um, Chris Jones, and Trent McDuffie. I will say those were like five real star players.
And they don't need 10 or 12 star players to win a Super Bowl. Obviously, they didn't do that last year, but they did with, Rasheed Rice. I look at him as like the Brian Reynolds role. He can be good, but he's not stud. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like they want to fix baseball. Manfred doesn't do anything because he sucks. It's just ridiculous at this point. And
It's just stupid because you're just refusing to do the obvious thing. It's just like Notre Dame football. You want more preference in the playoffs? Join a conference. Baseball, you want to fix baseball and make it more competitive? Incorporate a salary cap and a salary floor. It's not, the answer is right in front of you. And plus, I don't know why anyone would be mad about implementing a salary cap because that just means the more revenue you make, the more you get to take home if you're the owner. Like, you're paying people less money, which means you make more money. I get it. You want to just be able to load your team up with bottomless amounts of talent, but like, let's be real here. The ultimate goal is making money. And you, as an owner, will make more money if you are limited to a certain amount of spending.
it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, but that's all I got to say about that. We're actually going to be below 35 minutes on this. Wow. That's crazy. But Alex, last ad read before we get out of here.
This episode of Tailgate Talks is sponsored, as always, by Defrisha Recycling and Junk Removal. If you or anyone you know are in need of Defrisha's services, check out the links in the description down below. Go to their website or their Facebook page. Get in contact with them today. See if they provide their services in your area. Thank you, Defrisha, for sponsoring this episode of Tailgate Talks. And
Everybody,
Mike, any last words?
everybody in Pittsburgh and Dallas, stay safe.
Yeah, seriously.
I
Apparently going to
just
get
missed.
nasty.
Believe it or not, I'm going to Edinburgh, and I believe it's not even going to be as bad in Edinburgh. It is
Yeah,
in Pittsburgh,
that is
which is
actually
crazy.
nuts.
Which is crazy. And of course, watch Kings of the Cold tomorrow. And the psychedelic dreams are not on the card. And the leaders by example, the 880 tag team champions are on the card. Again, take a look at last week's episode 136, the merch I had on. If you're interested in us making merch, let us know in the comments. And I, of course, am trying to get to 35 minutes on the spot. And let's see if Alex's timing is right.
Oh, with all that being said, have a great night. Good night, America.